tractor don't leave nothing behind, guys. I'm gonna prop y'all up back here on the top of this fence and just watch me mulch up just a little bit of stuff back here. It's not a whole lot, but I'll prop y'all up. second, guys. I'm gonna blow everything off real quick. Just a second, guys. Let me get in the truck and I'll start talking. All right, guys. There it is. That's my first time putting footage out of me working. I don't typically do that, man, because I'm not coordinated enough to do it without a tripod, and I don't have a tripod. I know several of you have gotten on to me in the past about not having a tripod, but oh Lord, get copyrighted, man. My Spotify, old Willie Nelson and Toby Keith. But I'm cheap, man. I don't want to go buy a tripod. At least not right now anyway. It's the end of the year. I'll wait till January or February before I buy a tripod, bipod, monopod, whatever you want to call it, pod. I just really can't be buying that kind of stuff right now, guys. I didn't have really that much of a good year, so I'm trying to save what I got until the year's over with, and then I'll get what I need going into the new year. But anyways, guys, I hope y'all had an amazing day. That was my last one of the day. That was 6 or either 7, I can't remember. But didn't take me long at all. The first 3 properties I had today were, oh my gosh, they were deep in leaves. I mean, deep in leaves. That one right there wasn't that bad. I don't know why that one was. It never is bad. And but you know, I figured, you know, it ain't gonna take me but about 20, maybe 30 minutes, and I'll try to get some footage for you guys. I don't typically use the walker on that yard, but I just wanted to show you guys the vacuum power of the walker with those leaves. For some of you that don't know about the walker, I know a lot of people ask me and ask me how it does on leaves. It does good. I mean, you might have to go over the yard twice, and typically I do, man, because I mow that yard on 2 inches. It's nothing but weeds in that yard, so I mow it as low as I can without risking tearing up my my blades or my spindles. So I mow it on 2 inches, and I used the right 36-inch stander for that yard, the entire thing, front and back. Well, the way I do it when I'm mulching leaves or using the walker to remove leaves, I'll raise the deck up a 1/2 inch from what I normally cut it at, and it seems like you know, it doesn't get the best vacuum that you can possibly get, but at the same time, it keeps you from pushing leaves versus sucking up leaves. And so that's the way I do it. If from my experience, you know, I've tried it with the walker on the same level that I mow the grass on, but every time I do that, man, I wind up pushing leaves around the yard instead of sucking them up, and I usually have to go over it 3 or 4 times when I do that. So I just raise the deck up a 1/2 inch, might have to go over it twice, and but it gets everything up, and it works pretty good that way. It's been doing well for me this year so far. But the backyard, I went. There wasn't much in the backyard to mulch up. wasn't much in the front or the back, honestly. But there wasn't much in the back to mulch up, so I mulched up a little bit. But I don't know if you guys noticed the chute blocker. I've got the Green Guard chute blocker on my mowers, or my 36, and I don't know if you guys noticed it or not, but I kept the pressure of the wind kept pushing that chute open, and it would shoot leaves out when I was actually trying to mulch them up. And I attribute that to trying to mulch leaves with a high lift blade. And there's nothing wrong with mulching leaves with a high lift blade, but if you're gonna do it with a chute blocker, or you know, if you're gonna do it with a chute blocker, man, you might as well go all out and get the ripper blades, gator blades, whatever you want to call them. If y'all hear that beeping, guys, that's me backing up, man. I love this truck, but I hate this truck at the same time because it's got that backup assist and it does that. But if you're gonna mulch leaves with a mower, and that mower has a chute blocker on it, man, get some mulching blades. That way, the vacuum, you know, the air pressure from the high lift blades won't push that chute open, because you're really just shooting yourself in the foot. It's, you know, you're kind of defeating the purpose of the of using the chute blocker to mulch blades, or to mulch leaves. So that's my opinion on it. I know I watched a video this morning with Chad over there at Green Acres Lawn Care. He uses high lifts to mulch his up, but the difference between him and me is from what I noticed, all he had was the chute deflector on his. He didn't have the chute blocker, and that makes a big difference. So now you can mulch leaves without a chute blocker, you know, but in my opinion, I feel like it would take longer. I don't know, I could be wrong. I'm gonna prop you guys up here on the steering wheel, guys. I know this is a lengthy video, guys, I'm sorry, but yeah. So the way I do it is, you know, I try to get everything into a line, and then I'll go over it until it's all gone. Now, I don't know if you noticed or not, you saw me going backwards, and what that does is it prevents blowout. You know, if you go over it forward, especially with high lift blades, man, but I found it does it too with gator or ripper blades, the Ballard ripper blades, you get a little bit of blowout in the front of the deck when you're going forward. So if you go backwards, man, it's just straight vacuum, and it pulls everything up into that deck, and it mulches it up like dust. And truth be told, man, it actually, you would think that the walker would mulch stuff up finer before it went into that hopper, but mulching it up with the ripper blades and the chute blocker on whatever kind of zero turn or standard you have, it does a lot better as far as mulching leaves into finer pieces. So I mean, you know, if you do it right, man, you can turn that stuff into dust and there's hardly anything left. But with the walker, you know, you're looking at, I don't know, 1/4 inch to 1/2 inch size leaves. So but it's all good, man. You know, it's just as quick either way. And the only difference is with the walker, you've got to have somewhere to dump it. And I've got a truck bed full of leaves right now anyway, because a lot of my customers, they want their stuff removed, not mulched up. So no big deal, man. I'll just whenever I unload the trailer tonight, I'll dump everything into the bed of the truck and haul it off whenever I'm done tomorrow. But yeah, man, I got a lot coming up, man. I got you know, I had 5 yesterday, 6 today, 6 tomorrow, and then tomorrow what I'm gonna do is I've got a guy out in Appling. He's got like a ditch that's 300 yards. He's got a ditch that's like 300 yards long and about 10, 15, 20 feet wide at the widest point. And I weed eat that for him once a month during the spring and summer and early fall. But during the wintertime, you know, during the spring, summer, and early fall, he has me come out and he charges me, or I charge him $200 to weed eat that ditch, and it takes me about an hour. And truthfully, I started doing it for $135, and he's the one that raised the price up for he's the one that raised the price to $200. He said $135 wasn't enough, but I was just charging him, you know, what I thought was a good price. I mean, it was only taking me an hour, and it was only taking me an hour to do, and I was still making my a lot more than my hourly rate. So but he said, no, we're gonna raise it up to 200. That's tough work. So I'm good with it, man. But during the winter, late fall, winter, and early spring, he'll have me do multiple different things, man. He might have me come out and prune some rose bushes back. He might have me prune a crepe myrtle, whatever it may be. He just does something to try to keep me busy year round. And I appreciate customers like that. So I'm probably going to take care of him tomorrow. And then I've got one more yard to mow. This guy, you know, he dropped me in August. He bought his own mower and he wanted to start taking care of it himself to save himself some money. And but he texted me the other day and asked if he could get one big mow, edge trim, and trim the bushes for him too. And I told him, I said, I'll do it, but you scare me when you say big mow, man. I said, I'll come out there either Thursday or Friday and take a look at it, you know, and give you a price. You know, if it's, as long as it's not overgrown, it'll be the same price as it was. But if it's overgrown, I'm gonna have to charge you more. And he was fine with it. He told me, he said, just look at it, let me know. And I told him, you know, we'll have to do PayPal or Cash App or Venmo or Zelle, because I took you out of the, I took him out of the system because I thought he was done with me for good. I thought he was done with me. So I just took him out of the system, and I told him, I said, instead of dealing with the hassle of putting you back in there, man, I'd rather just do PayPal, Cash App, Venmo, or Zelle. And he was fine with that. So that's what we're going to do. And then, but I got those two, probably going to do those Thursday, and then Friday, I've got a small bush clean out to do. It's probably going to be $250, or it ain't no probably, it's around $250. I imagine it's going to take me about 3 hours to do, and 2, maybe 3 hours at the most. And he wants a little bit of pine straw put down as well. I think it's like 3 rolls of pine straw. But and then, of course, I got Riverwood Dental, the dentist office that I got to take care of, and I don't look to be able to get them done Friday. Probably have to do it again Sunday, but we'll see what happens, man. You never know. And you never know what God has in store for you, man. But yeah, I've had a good day, and I've had a good week. I'm having a good week, man. I had a customer reach out to me this morning asking me for sod installation. And I told her, you know, I'll go, you know, give me the address and I'll go by there and measure everything and get you a quote, get you an estimate. And she asked me if I take checks. I told her I do, but with something like that, I will take a check. And you got to be flexible when you're dealing with a big price tag like that, guys, because if you're using Yard Book or any kind of feature that uses where you take credit cards, they're going to charge you a fee. And that's, you know, when you get up into the $1,000 mark, man, that's a big that's a big fee that they're taking from you. So I told her, I said, yeah, I can take check. I said, but I said, if you agree to the price, it's going to be half of it up front. And I do that to kind of protect myself. That way I'm not going out buying materials and doing the labor. And I just get screwed all the way around. So I demand half up front. Of course, it's not going to take half of it to cover the materials, but at least I'll get some of my labor will get paid for. You get what I'm saying? But I do that in order to try to protect myself the best I can. But I got that. Got to kind of quote that. I went and before I did that property I just did, I went and quoted a leaf job that was in the neighborhood that I was in, and texted him. I think he just texted me back. I'll let y'all know what he says later on, because if I try to look at it right now, I'm just gonna cut the video off. But I'm charging him $225. If he agrees to it, great. If not, it is what it is, man. But what else? Oh, got a side job coming up in February. I'm gonna quote that probably next week, and I imagine it's gonna be 2.5. It's probably gonna use 2.5 pallets of sod, maybe 2. We'll see. But you know, I'll give him a quote on that, and that'll get done in February. And I'm trying to space all this stuff out, guys. That way I can get 1 in November, 1 in December, 1 in January, 1 in February. And that way I have revenue coming in, big jobs coming in all 4 months. That'll help me out with my revenue for the rest of the year until the season picks back up. But also I've got a big bed rip out. I'm ripping out some beds. When am I doing that? I don't know when I'm gonna do that, but I'm ripping out some beds, and I may wind up doing it next week, but I'm not sure. I may just say, you know what, screw it, I'll do it the 3rd week in December. We'll see what happens. But that's an $1,800 job. I'm pulling down some pulling bushes out, pulling mulch out, pulling weeds and grass out, and smoothing it out, and coming back with pine straw and putting lattice up around his back porch. And then got another one, a recurring customer that I have. It's she's wanting her beds completely updated, shrubs, everything. She only wants to keep 2 shrubs, and that's because it's the only 2 shrubs in the bed that are healthy. So she's got 11 altogether that's got to come out, and I'm replacing them with other things that are a little more hardy for this area, and also that are more aesthetically pleasing. And I'm going to take about 4 inches of dirt out, because there's a lot of old mulch in there. But I'm taking about 4 inches of dirt out, taking all the old weed barrier out because it doesn't work, and she doesn't want it in there either. And coming back with about an inch layer of topsoil. Another reason why I'm taking all that dirt out too is because the beds are above her concrete, and it's just too much. And I'm so yeah. But I'm gonna take all that stuff out, and I'm gonna come back with about an inch layer of topsoil and smooth all that out, and then I'm gonna plant everything, and then I'm gonna come back with cover it up with 2 inches of black mulch. And at that point it should be about even with her concrete and her grass. You know, some of her grass has also gotta grind up a stump and put some sod down, and along one side of her house. It's an old holly stump. But yeah, man, got some very profitable jobs coming up. I haven't quoted. 2 of them have not been quoted yet. One of them has, or well, 3 of them hasn't been quoted yet. One of them has. It has been approved. I hope the other 3 get approved after I quote those. But we'll see what happens. And yes, I am using equipment for all 4 of those jobs. So far, 1 job. But if I get the other 3 approved, I'm using equipment. I'm going to have to rent equipment for all 4 of those jobs. And that will be shifted to the customer. It will be included in the quote. But yeah, man, things are looking up. They really are. And I'm excited. I'm excited, man. I'm getting my feet wet with some landscaping stuff. I'm, you know, closing in on getting these leaves done. Ain't got much more. And I say ain't got much more. We're about halfway through with the leaf season in my area. There's not many leaves left on the trees that I'm looking at now. Now you get to some properties that are up against the woods, up against creek bottoms and stuff like that. Yeah, you're dealing with leaves. You're gonna be dealing with leaves year round on properties like that. But that's no big deal. A lot of that stuff you can just open that chute up and use your mower and push every bit of it into the woods. And that's normally what I do anyway. But yeah, man, haven't got any bites yet on the soft wash and surface cleaning stuff yet. We'll see what happens. I know Thanksgiving and Christmas is right around the corner, and you know, normally this time of year people like to save their money because of Thanksgiving and Christmas, but come January, people will be willing to spend some money again. And so I'm looking forward to that, man. Hurry up January, get here, and because I definitely need the money. But hey, man, I hope y'all are having a great week so far. Hope today and yesterday was good for y'all. And man, I hope y'all finish this week out strong. We've got 3 days left in the week. I'm gonna try to get it done in 2 days. It's probably gonna be 3 days. But it is what it is, man. I ain't got a whole lot left, so I'm just gonna enjoy it and embrace it. But yeah, man, I got some mowing footage with the walker, and I got some I got some leaf removal footage with the walker, some leaf mulching footage with the 36, and I'm gonna try to put all that together and kind of edit it for y'all, that way y'all can see it. And because this video is gonna be super long, man. But hey, y'all be blessed out there. Till the next video, y'all keep cutting that grass and keep making that money. Holler at y'all. Bye.